Hi, nice to meet you. Good evening. Thank you to give me this opportunity to present this webinar in turning text into unstructured data. So, if you want to start, we have. Okay. So, good afternoon, and thank you to go to this webinar. The agenda from today is to have an overview of expert system and Cogito solution. And also, I'm going to show you some live demonstration of our technology. So I don't want to bore you with a lot of slides, but we are going straight to the demo live. And at the end, I want to summarize the benefit to use a cognitive computing technologies as Cogito is. So, Expert Systems, my company, is one of the most important vendors of cognitive computing and text analytics software and offer different solutions all around the world. Our solution is an award-winning patented technology and is a choice in the private sector, but also for government agencies, and so it's we have different enterprise and we cover different markets in different sectors. So we have 220 employees and a revenue of 26. So this is our customers in the key vertical. So you can see that we cover different markets such as banking, insurance, media, and publishing. And yeah, okay. And what is Cogito? So our solution is based on artificial intelligence algorithms, and it's able to acquire data from diverse and heterogeneous type of sources. So we can analyze different type of sources such as open sources or local files. We are able to perform a categorization and entity extraction of any unstructured text, and also we are able to detect relationships and facts, and so we are able to find sophisticated correlations. Our technology is validated and recognized as best in class in different reports such as Forrester and Gartner. And what is new? So because we need to choose Cogito as first option with respect to other technologies such as pure machine learning approach. So the pure machine learning approach has some limited linguistic capabilities and needs a lot of documents to be training, and any changes need to be trained again the system, so the training of frequency in time. Cogito is a linguistic rule-based approach and comes with a bit of knowledge. So Cogito is able to understand and read text as the people do. So emulating some process of the human use and comprehension, and this allows to recognize topic, most relevant concepts, and the customization of our technology is usually required, but is limited to augmenting the knowledge base or expanding the linguistic rules. So this is the general flow, the general process of our technology. So we start with high volume of unstructured data, such as documents, email, information that arrive from the web, mobile content, information streams. And our technology, Cogito, is able to extract, so to assign the specific meaning on the word analyzed and to give different solutions. So we are able to structure this information. And this is very useful in different markets for different solutions, because we are able to understand text in a natural language processing, to compute text analytics. And so this is the general flow of our technology. It's available in 14 languages. And I don't want to bore you again, so let's start with some simulations, some live demonstration. So do you know probably what this dessert is, because you are more, you are Australian, so you know perfectly that is a pavlova. This is a typical dessert in Australia. So, but pavlova is not only a dessert, it's also a Russian ballerina. So how can I distinguish in a text, in an unstructured text, when we refer to the dessert or a ballerina? So for a human, it's simple, but in unstructured text could be difficult to solve this ambiguity. But I will show you how Cogito solves this problem. So if I write a sentence like Australia has a marine-based dessert called pavlova that takes its name from the Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova, who visited Australia in 1920s. So if I run Cogito, first of all, I'm able to obtain a cognitive map. So I'm able to have a structured representation of my previous sentence. So suppose that we have a large text, so we have a lot of documents, we are able, first of all, to have a all structured representation of the text. And after that, I can also see in a very simple way the relationships between all the entities involved in my sentence. As you can see here, I rapidly and quickly see that Anna Pavlova is related with a dessert Pavlova. And through the name, I know that Pavlova is a marine-based dessert, so I can have an overview of all the relationship between my entities. And for example, I can see the Anna Pavlova, the first information that I obtained is female, is Russian, and it's a ballerina. But I can improve, so this is our information that are in my sentences, but I can improve this information, for example, enrich my knowledge base through external information, external database. So I can enrich with Wikipedia, and now I can see that Anna Pavlova is related with the Russian ballerina, and we have the photo, we have much more information with respect to my previous sentence, so I can reach the knowledge graph and my knowledge base. In fact, if we analyze our text, we can see that Cogito is able to recognize that here Pavlova is referred to the dessert, so it's a sweet cold dish consisting of marine, and in this case refers to the Russian ballerina. So the standard technology based on statistic or keywords cannot distinguish between the different meaning of Pavlova. So in this case, we are able to do this because our core, our solution is based on a semantic network, so based on a knowledge graph where all concepts are related together. And this is an example of Pavlova, so we know that is a sweet cold dish, and all the parents, all the concepts related with Pavlova are the marine, that is a topping, a garnish. So it's impossible to recognize that is a dessert because we have a knowledge graph, a knowledge information where all the concepts are linked together. So this is one of example, but let me show you the potentiality of this technology when we want to integrate or we want to atomize our solution. So for robotic process automation, when we want to solve to streamline our process because we want to avoid to do different and repetitive actions, and we want a very a solution that is able to reduce costs for the time savings, we can also apply Cogito. In fact, for a normal medical report, let me go into the insurance market, I need 5-8 minutes to solve a medical report. So this requires a lot of time, and normally I received a lot of claims. And also, is not a standard way to analyze this claim. So it's an individual decision making based on general guidelines and experience, and is on dependency on the employee availability, is not for 24 hours. And it's true that when we need to analyze a lot of claims, people could be tired to read thousands of documents. So we have a solution also in the insurance business for claims management, underwriting, for legal and compliance. But I want to show you a real case of a claim workflow automation. So suppose that we have Kate Morris that want to be reimbursed after an accident. So normally, if I'm an insurance company, I receive the medical report. So the medical report is an unstructured text because we don't have a standard way to receive this medical report, but we have very important information. We need to extract the real information to decide for the price assessment. Jointly with the medical report, we receive normally a claim notification form that all the other type of information is put inside. And we need to analyze the two documents and at the same time also compare between these two documents because we need to check if all is correct, also to avoid fraud, and so we need to analyze. So as you can see here, in very few seconds, I can extract from my previous text relevant data, such for example, claimant number, the claimant name, the accident date, so all the information that I need to process the claim. But also, as Cogito is able to understand the sentences in text, I can decide to categorize this information. So for a claim, I need, for example, to extract treatment, injuries, disease. So I can customize my knowledge with, for example, medical codes. So I can put this information that I found in text, so with normal sentences, to assign a medical codes. In this specific case, we use the ICD-9, that is the International Classification of Disease, but we can use whatever type of classification, so we can customize how to standard and categorize the relevant data. So furthermore, I'm also, my technology is able to highlight the most important relevant, for example, history of the claimant, and also check for exception, data completeness, or fraud case. So in this example, we look at the section B and D of the claimant notification form because are the most important section in this form, and we need to check is all the fields are fulfilled. And also we can, for example, check for fraud. We looked at when we compared the two documents, we found that the claim notification form and the medical report have different dates. So another type of information that I can extract is also the past medical history of my claimant. So it's very important to compare the data from the past medical history and detect potential fraud, because when people ask for reimbursement are important thing to analyze. So at the end, based on also other parameters, I can give a price assessment, so I can give a range of a price assessment. So you can see here that in very few seconds, I can reduce my 58 minutes in 5 seconds. So this is a real KPI from our customer. And so you can see how it's important because we can reduce time savings, we have the benefit of cost savings, and also the benefits are, as you can see here, are 5 million per year. So it's very important to to look at this technology, also looking at the benefits. And another important question is when we have to analyze lots of documents. So suppose that we need to extract insights from high volume of unstructured data. So this is the case when we look at big data, so we can obtain data from local and open source. So our solution it's also able to analyze a lot amount of data, and in particular, I would like to show you. This is the last live demo. So it's our solution for intelligence platform. So as you can see here, I have set up different sources to obtain information from the web, and I have 2 million documents to analyze. So we have different solution, or we have different market when we need to apply this information. But let me just think about a multinational company, in particular in this case, the oil and gas exploration company, and I'm interested in monitor country risk. So this is a typical scenario, but we can apply this in general when we need to explore a lot of data, when we need to navigate through the info to obtain some relevant information, and when we need to monitor critical assets. So in this particular case, I'm a multinational company, and I need to check for a specific area in the West Africa, mostly in Nigeria, because I want to check for possible guerrilla activity, to monitoring the political and possible alerts in this area. Also, I need to ensure the security of my employees. So where I'm going, the first of all is to, I have different categories. So one of the way to investigate, to navigate through the information, through these documents, is the possibility to have the different categories. So first of all, sorry, I just refreshed the page. So first of all, we need to categorize information. We have different taxonomy. So when we use the categorization, we call it taxonomy because normally we can standardize it, and we can use, for example, the IPCT, the typical taxonomy in press. So first of all, if I'm a company, I'm looking for guerrilla activity in the area of interest. So I'm going to the category unrest, conflict, and war, and I see that I have different options, so I can expand these categories, or so I can select different type of categories. So in particular, I can I can go to select my guerrilla activity also. So I'm going to unrest, conflict, and wars, guerrilla activity. So in this way, I'm able to select different constraints or just one. So I have the option to filter my selection looking at the categories. After that, I have also the possibility to look for a specific area. So I don't need to specify a country, but I have also the option to select for a specific buffer of interest. So in my case, is Nigeria. So when I look at crime, because I want to analyze possible risk in this area, I'm going to see in my categories that, for example, I have offense against person because it's one of my relevant information that I can extract. So if I'm looking at offense against person, I can see that just waiting for, okay. I can see that kidnapping, I have a lot of documents related to kidnapping. So I select it, and what I can do is now looking and explore the conceptual map. And for example, here is my kidnapping, and I see that it's related to a Sarah Energy oil company. So it's my competitor, but I want to know why it's related to kidnapping. So I select the connection, and in very few clicks, as you can see here, I have filtered my information and I have just one result. So we start with 2 million documents and I obtain just one result, and I obtain the information that I need because I see that it was a case of kidnapping in Nigerian workers in oil-rich delta area. So I can look at the document and I can extract I can see the categories that I have selected before to look for the kidnapping event. So as you can see here, I can categorize my documents to obtain the relevant information. And I have also different options to see, for example, the companies involved, so, or people. So I can extract all relevant information and entities in my document. Furthermore, I can also create an alert. So I'm interested to look and have different, create a modify alert to receive new documents and new alert when new information arrive. But this can be used in different case. So I can monitor competitors, the market. I can also extract emotions and check for brand reputation. And I really can expand my search in a different situation. Obviously, I can also create target. I'm also able to see for analytics. I don't know, I can extract information, analytics for, in this case, the typical or recurrent crime in Nigeria. And in this case, we have a limited time, so I cannot show you all the potential of this platform. But if you are interested, you can deep dive, and you can contact me. So we are finished. I hope that you, in the meantime, write me the recipe of the pavlova because it's I think it's very nice dessert. So I would like to just show you the benefits. So we have seen during this webinar how we can analyze and how can we navigate through unstructured context in a very fast time. We are able to extract different types of entities and categories through the taxonomy. We can perform relationship and respond very quickly to the information, extract fact mining and motion, and this can increase your productivity, your efficiency, and also improve the quality of your business, so you can streamline the business process. And our clients are satisfied, such in this case, the USA Department of Defense say that we are the only solution able to satisfy all the 18 requirements. So they present a list of needs, and Cogito is the only solution able to solve all these criteria. So that is the only product that meets every single one of these needs. And official reference, this is an official reference that you can find on web. But also it's the case of Zurich that say that expert system solution, our cognitive computing, is the only one that can help them to improve the customer services in a more innovative and faster way. So thank you for your attention. So if you want to contact us, this is our contact. We have